There comes a moment when the mirror no longer shows your face. It shows the noise, the expectations, the borrowed voices, the weight of becoming what others could love. And somewhere between pretending and surviving, you begin to forget what your own soul sounds like. For a long time, I thought that forgetting was growing up. I told myself that silence meant maturity, that emptiness meant peace. But deep inside, something sacred was starving. I was losing myself in small, polite ways, agreeing when I meant no, smiling when I was breaking, performing joy so no one saw the collapse. Then life began to take. It took the friendships that weren't real. It took the dreams that weren't mine. It took the certainties I clung to for meaning. And in their place, it gave me questions. Questions so sharp they cut the false layers off my heart. I called it loss. Heaven called it remembering. Because sometimes you must be emptied to meet yourself unedited. The night it all fell apart. I sat in a silence that felt endless. But beneath the ache, I heard something faint. A pulse, a whisper, a light flickering under the rubble. It wasn't shouting. It was breathing, and it said, "You're still here." That voice wasn't human. It felt older than sound. It moved through my bones like the first dawn remembering its purpose. Call it God. Call it the source. Call it the mercy that hides inside endings. For the first time in years, I didn't run from the silence. I leaned into it. I let it strip the noise away until I was face to face with the raw, trembling truth. The one I'd been avoiding. I never stopped being who I was. I only stopped listening. And in that realization, hope found me again. Not as thunder, but as a whisper so soft it felt like forgiveness. It said, "You are allowed to begin again."
So I began again, now with a plan, with breath, with gratitude, with a fragile kind of faith that said, even here, light can find me. I learned that truth doesn't arrive with applause. It arrives quietly, like dawn through cracked blinds, unannounced but undeniable. Hope taught me that endings are just rooms where light rearranges itself, that grief when honored becomes a doorway, that every goodbye carries a hidden seed of return. I remembered the sound before language, the breath that made everything begin. It hummed through my ribs and said, "You were never lost, you were just becoming." I forgave what broke me, not because it was right, but because it was over. I blessed the moments that dismantled me, because they made room for what was sacred to stay. Now when I look back, I see the divine symmetry in the chaos. The pain wasn't a detour, it was the invitation. The silence wasn't punishment, it was preparation. Everything that left made space for everything that is finally mine. I no longer chase identity. I live it. I am not what I lost. I am what remained. And what remained was holy. So if you've lost yourself, if the world has taken everything that felt like home, don't rush to rebuild. Be still long enough for the truth to rise again. Because when it does, it will not ask you to perform. It will simply say, welcome back. Now every breath feels like a reunion. I no longer search the stars for belonging. I am the constellation remember itself. I am the prayer that kept going even when I stopped speaking. I am the light that didn't leave when the night fell. This is the moment I remembered who I am.